that if it hadn't been for you, as one of my objectives ahead, I probably wouldn't even be here. But something inside myself said, Ormond, don't go. You know I'm very brilliant, strange man, and yet in his own way a good friend, in a sarcastic way,
right,
which is really quite funny. He said, Ormond, how are you be so stupid? All you had to, I never do what you went through. You took a very rough road. I would just let me toss a cigarette out the window and we'd be going. Like a lot of my friends have done that.
right.
But I didn't feel, deep inside myself, Tom,
Right.
this has been some very deep truth we're talking together, you and I. Tom, you're such a dear friend. I think it's undoubtedly a past life connection. Such a dear friend. You liked Dave, didn't you? I didn't shed many tears because I was seeing terror.
Yeah, what was it like? Because you were going to tell me what you experienced. What was it like, Ormond?
Well, I'll give you some of the different things. The first one that's quite interesting. A rocket comes in on whatever it is. It stops in front of a cave. It cracks open, it goes into the cave, and tablets of stone. And they are meshed up like this. And it goes back and forth between them. And there are 9 colored races of mankind. These things, I don't know how accurate this is, but I can tell you the story best I can. These things all have a positive, negative, sexual connection or continuation. They are in there. I have 2 hours. Whoever this, in this, I have 2 hours to solve this connection. And if I do it right on the dot, I gotta equalize all mankind. And if I release it right on the dot, save thousands and thousands of years of knowledge. Opens you up. If I miss it, well, it'll all come out the same way. But then waves began to form, coming out. The figure that had to unravel this thing as the next center of God was not a big ruler. He was a tailor. Just a simple tailor. And he had arranged the colors on little crescent coat hangers. And these colors were the beginning of his so-called reign of the government. I mean, whatever it was. He had nothing to do. He was just his appointment. That mankind doesn't have to begin with a great grandoso. But just a simple tailor, quite sufficient. And we caught it on time in my vision. And it's stripped away. And all these things like mesh were coming out, coming out, coming out, coming out. And they just continue on and on and on and on. But every one is recorded. It's all there to be probed, to investigated, and the whole mesh, or whatever this, it was like in my impulse, like I was watching a fishnet. Each segment of which would go into another segment, and that segment to another segment, and to another segment, on and on and on. But everyone recorded precisely to be, you need this with the mastery, it never lost among this mess of stuff. It's there. Now, before I go any more, are there any other questions? Well, all right, I'll continue. There seemed to be in this so-called, let's say, kind of visionary state, that these things all squashed together. They had to be opened up. It was quite a job to do this. And that was to open up the colors and to recognize the fact that it had to begin at the one fair point of the process for all races. Not to be choosy, but just recognize that they all have their place and they all are to be equally given the opportunity to advance. All right. Making sense?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You're listening.
Huh?
It's on the camera, too.
Yeah.
I want you to have it. All right. Because just while you and I are talking, this continues. Breaking down, building up, one dividing to another. It's just like the cycle of life. But it comes through as a visualized form of a fishnet. But as the fishnet is created, each fishnet part is breaking away from the other and is expanding, 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 expanding. But the realization is that it's not lost. It's all recorded in perfect order. So the mastermindship will come learning how to read what you want to read. Otherwise you're just lost in a maze of stuff. But it's all out there. Anyway, we got it on its way. And took me a little while to get coherent enough to get the colors. Mankind, the races, are brought down into, I think there are 9. We'll count them and see. And that they all have an equal start. All right, now, the first colors are called the clears. The clears are the crystal purity. That's number 1. The second one is called the whites. And that is the white race. The third is the black race. The fourth is the yellow, the Orientals. The fifth is the sandy, and that's the Arabs. The next is the red. I don't know what the red is. I just saw it as a brightness. Probably it's the Orient, more likely. Although the Orient that came through also was that the yellows were the Chinese, but the reds came next. After the reds came blue, and blue were the outer space individuals. Then came green, and green was the emergence of higher and higher intelligence and control of this fishnet. And then finally came the rainbows. I guess 9. 9 color races, and all connected by sex. So that a perpetuation and no criticism of modern behavior. They'll all behave in their own style, their own way, but they all have an equal chance to advance. Just like a black man, he has a chance to advance as a white man, but in the procession of colors, he would be number 3. So that was kind of an interesting concept. Almost, in some way, almost terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
That didn't scare me so much. That didn't scare me as much as the concept of postal mail.